You've all heard about sales funnels. If you're into digital marketing and you're running an online business, you've probably heard about sales funnels. So I know some of you might be wondering, what is a sales funnel? So if you don't know what a sales funnel is, it's to put it in the simple terms, is the process where you take your customers from the point where they know about you or know about your products that they exist, all the way to the end to becoming a customer at the end. So all those steps you take them through your business to get to that point. That's what they call sales funnel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what are those steps that you take someone through to becoming a customer, right? Walking you through the customer journey. Because understanding this, you'll be able to now know then when you're looking at your data to see where you need to work more on to improve your results, right? So you have to understand your customer journey. You have to understand your sales funnel in your business. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Rudo Dube, and on this channel, I share tips and tricks on how to grow your online business. So if that's something that you like, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification button so that you don't miss any other videos where I share tips and tricks on how to grow your online business. So getting back to the sales funnel. So you probably have seen a sales funnel being represented like this, right? So it's like a funnel. You have the top part, which is big, and then it comes all the way down, right? As you funnel people down your funnel. And the components of that, it includes you have the top part, which is the traffic. So that's why it's so big. This is the first part. And then the consideration, this is where you funnel them down, right? They're considering your products. And then at the end, you have the retention, which is now the small part of this whole big funnel, right? So this is, you probably have seen a representation like this, and this is just to show you what a funnel looks like, right? When it comes to your digital marketing. So with the customer journey, when it comes to the e-commerce, so where the top part, where is the traffic, right? The awareness and the interest. So with the first part, with the awareness, this is the first time the customer gets to hear about you, right? They get to know about that you exist through either your ads on social media or your posts on social medias, right? This is the first time they get to know that you exist through your social media posts or your ads, right? And then they become interested. So with the interest, this is when they know that they need the product or service that you're providing, right? They become interested in it because you picked their interest when you presented your offer, right? Or when they became in contact with your content or with your ads. And then you have to funnel them down to the consideration, right? So where the consideration, this is where the customer realizes that your products might be useful and evaluates it, right? And then they go all the way to becoming a purchase, right? Where they actually purchase the products that you're selling. So then you keep on funneling them down, right, to when they use the products that they bought, right? So they decide about how they feel about what they have bought. And then you funnel them all the way to the bottom, right, where the advocacy, when they become your brand advocacy, they recommend your products to their family and to their friends, right? So this is how they end up being funneled down, right? So think of it when it comes to your store, right? So the traffic, it will be all the first part will be the traffic through your social media posts and your traffic, right? So this is where you run your ads. So the more people who get to be aware that you exist, the more people get to see your ads and your content, right? Are the ones who end up getting funneled down, right? So they click on the ad, they click on the products, they land on your page, right? So this is where they start considering to buy your products, right? So they will be like, oh, this is something that I need, right? So they're considering it and then they actually add it to the cart, right? So that's when they are really considering it. And then they move on to retention. This is when they actually make that purchase. They check out from your page or from your website and actually buy the products, right? So knowing this, it makes it much easier for you now to then understand how much you have to make someone being aware of your products, right, or your services. Because I'll give you an example. So here is an example with numbers, right? So let's say with the traffic here on the top, about 10,000 people got to be aware that you exist, right? They've seen your ads, they've seen your content, right, on social media. And then about 6,000 then funnel down, decides to click on your ads or your content to land on your website, on your product page, right? And then now they're considering to say, hey, maybe this is something that I may be interested in and buy. So about portion of those 10,000, about 6,000, let's say, just rough numbers, right? Click onto that. And then of all those 6,000 that were considering your products, only 500 actually do end up buying the products, right? So from 10,000, we now only have about 500 people end up buying at the end. So this is what typically a sales funnel would look like, right? You have a bigger number of people who get away, and then a small portion of that end up making purchases at the end. So this is when you have to really understand this whole process for your own business to say, what is your sales conversion, right? How many of people needs to know that your products exist, and how many people end up adding to the cart, and how many people end up purchasing at the end. And then when you understand that, then you know that your focus has to be more on this, right? To have as much traffic as you can. And it has to be quality traffic. It has to be quality traffic. That way you have more people funneling all the way down and end up being uh, buyers at the end, right? Because you hear so many people when they're complaining about how they're not getting that much sales, right? So there is something which is wrong. Then you have to look at to say, okay, what's going on in my business? I'm getting this much traffic, but how come no one is adding to cart or no one is becoming a buyer at the end, right? Then you have to really evaluate your funnel to see where exactly are you failing, right? Or where is exactly this funnel is not working for you. Is it under the awareness part where you're not making enough people being aware of your products or services? Or maybe it's because of the people who are getting to be aware, they're not the right people, you're not targeting the right people, right? Then you have to tweak on that, right? And then you have to think of how is your page, is everything working on that page, your shopping cart and all the stuff, right? Is everything functioning there? Is your product page really converting people? Is it written in a way that it actually gets someone to move past from just considering it and actually purchasing it, right? You have good pictures and all this stuff, right? And then also to go to evaluate the whole process, right? The whole checkout and everything to see that everything is working. So you have to understand what the customer journey is in your business. That way you can be able to evaluate looking at the data you're getting to see what's really going on in your business, right? Then you'll be able to optimize if you need to optimize anything, if you need to change anything, you'll be able to change anything which is not working in your business, right? So when you understand this, you don't panic when you see that you're not making any sales, especially when you're getting traffic, right? You just have to look back at your customer journey, look at your funnel to say what's going on, what kind of people are getting into the funnel, right? And then really understand your conversion rate and know that maybe you're not getting enough people going through the funnel, right? So if you're not getting enough people going through the funnel, then you need to get more people to go through the funnel, right? For it to work. So that means that you have to create more awareness, right, of your product. So maybe you need to be on more social media platforms. Maybe you need to put more money in your ads and all the stuff, right? But it starts with understanding your customer journey. So look at your own funnel, look at your own business, and see what are you doing in your business that can improve that customer journey, right? So there is more to this. There's also the other part you have to think of that you most of the time we tend to forget, right? Is when you have this whole funnel and this is going on, right? You also have to consider things like retargeting, right? So that's going back into the front of people who have already seen your products, right? All these people who were aware that you exist, right? And didn't go through the whole process of clicking onto that ad or that post and landing on your website, right? So you can retarget them to say, hey, yeah, so that you're interested in this. Maybe they got distracted or whatever, right? Then they can actually reconsider again your product, or even retarget those people who actually added those products into the shopping cart and didn't continue on to becoming a buyer at the end, right? So you have to do that. You have to retarget those people, have those abandoned cart emails going back to them, right? So that you can remind them that this product actually still exists with them, right? If you need to add an incentive for them to continue on with that purchase, right? You can use even a discount to offer them that, to say, hey, do you have like a 10% discount if you were to come back right now to complete your purchase, right? So that way it actually increase your whole conversion rate at the end, right? You end up getting more sales at the end because you're re-engaging those people who had already showed some form of interest before, right? And on top of that, to also increase your order value, you also need to consider things like upsells and cross sells, right? So with upsells and cross sells, this is where we are offering other more incentive for people to buy more of the same thing, right? So it could be saying, hey, buy two more of this product, you get this much discount, right? Or buy three more of this product, you get this so much so in discount, right? So that's just encouraging them to buy more, right? Instead of just buying that one purchase, they can add more stuff to the cart. Or you can do like offer things which are almost like similar to what you're selling, right? So you can also offer things which are complement to each other, right? So let's say someone bought workbook, right? You can offer things like a pen, right? Because that kind of goes in hand with the workbook because you need to write, you need, right? So a pen would be sensible for you to offer because that's something which goes with that, right? They can use to write. So you have to think of products that make sense that you can complement to that, right? You'll be able to increase that order value for your store. So you have to think of those things because these are part of the improving your whole customer journey, improving your whole sales funnel, right? And improving the profits in your business. And also you have to consider things for the email marketing at the end, right? You still have to remarket to all those people, right? It's part of the remarketing, right? So if they've already bought, you just continue on educating them about your products, educating them about your business, offering them other products that you sell, right, which are complementary to what you have before. And that way you will have more repeat customers coming back through your email marketing as well. So understanding this whole thing becomes a big part of your success when it comes to your e-commerce, right? Because you don't want to be leaving money on the table. Because when you don't do this part, if you don't understand this whole process with the funnels, right? This is where people just give up of like, okay, this is something's not working, but they don't know what to fix, right? But if you understand your whole funnel, if you understand the customer journey, then you'll be able to look at your data, examine it, and look at your customer journey to see where people are falling off and where you can make improvements in and improve your business. So I hope this has been useful information for you. You can start implementing this into your business and start improving the metrics in your business. If you like this video, make sure you share with others that might find this video useful as well so that they can also start understanding their customer journey, understanding the funnels in their business. So for now, stay strong, stay positive, and continue building the business that you love. And I'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye.